Hey guys, welcome to Joe's GE. This is Artem, and today I'll be showing you how to replace a board on a Versa 4. Before we get started, let's see what kind of tools we need. So first, I got this is rubbing alcohol that I placed in a syringe, and this is a 704 glue that I have. Also, I got our Joe's bit package right here, a couple of pry tools, which is plastic, and the metal one. And this screwdriver is from here. So let's get started. To start this repair, I would suggest heating up the seam between the screen and the housing. I'm using, let's see here, 200 degrees and 45 airspeed. So I'm just going to be heating up the outsides, and I'm going to be doing it to warm to the touch. Once that's warm to the touch, I'm gonna grab my metal pry tool. I'm gonna grab some alcohol as well. I'm gonna place some inside this hole. Whoops. I'm gonna grab this, dip it in alcohol, and what I'm gonna do is find a placement where the pry tool can just go inside the seam, just like this. And I'm just gonna work it all around the corners, making sure I have plenty of alcohol in there just to loosen up the seals. And this needs to be done a couple of times, so apply rubbing alcohol, try prying it open, and then use heat if necessary. I would definitely suggest you doing this a couple of times. Obviously warm to the touch, not super hot so you don't damage the LCD or anything else like that. But over here I already had it warmed up in the beginning of the video, so I'm going to be showing you how to just take off the screen right now. So what I'm going to do is grab that alcohol, grab it, and just lift it from one side. Looks like it's coming out nicely, which is good to hear. After you've pried it open just a little bit, what I like to do is put my fingernail underneath the seam, grab my plastic pry tool, and just carefully, not too deep, insert it and use it as a pry tool just to lift up the screen. Boom. Okay, so we see that the ribbon connection is over here, so we're going to be lifting the screen up from this side. So as you can see, to give you a visual demonstration, the button should be pointing that way, so we can go ahead and lift up the screen just like that. Perfect. Once the screen is lifted up, we're going to grab our screw bit, and what I'm using right now is can't read that, but just go through, looks like this, I guess. Grab that, oops, and start unscrewing it. We're gonna unscrew these two, and you have two more in the back. Okay, after that, I'm gonna grab my plastic pry tool and lift up the face shield right here. That to the side along with the screws. And to remove the screen, what I'm going to do is grab the flathead of this pry tool, get underneath the connection between the board and the screen, and I'm just going to lift it up just gently. Unattach this and this over here. This is the housing, this is the housing ribbon, and this is the board ribbon. So over here you have a plastic part that you need to be lifting off to disconnect the ribbons. So what you're going to do is grab here and get it underneath, so it just pries open just like that. And careful, these tend to break, so please be careful with them. And I'm going to lift it up gently here too. To take this apart, I would gently from all sides start taking it from side to side slowly, because this ribbon tends to break, especially if it gets caught in there, especially for the first time. And for this ribbon, we're going to disconnect already, lift it from this side. Gonna grab a flathead and try to get it underneath here, which looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. Okay, once I got lifted up, don't do what I just did. Try to go under here and lift it up, and this should be released gently. There we go. There we got the housing off. So let's just go ahead and work on this thing. So you have your two screws right here. So this can be lifted on. this is your battery connection, so we're gonna flip it over and work with these 3 screws. What we need is a S2 plus. Perfect. Once you got the screws off, it's just gonna lift off nicely. Go ahead and unplug this ribbon right here, connected to, this is your battery ribbon, so go ahead and we're gonna disconnect it like that, like so. What we're gonna do is grab our flathead pry tool, get underneath the ribbon right here, and just gently put it in there to disconnect the glue, loosen up the glue a little bit, and we can go ahead and take that ribbon off. And we can do the same thing on this side as well. Get underneath the housing. Careful, there we go. And it's just glue over here, so perfect. We got the board out. Battery can stay in there, and you can go ahead and grab your new board. Once you got your new board, you're gonna go ahead and just build it back up. Be careful with these black things because they usually start breaking if you kind of slip up. So go ahead, and what I like to do is connect. Going backwards is lift up this piece, the black piece right here, and connect this ribbon back up like so. Once that's connected, go ahead and close it. Okay, and you can go ahead and line up the black dots with the housing. You can do that. And you can just press this down firmly. And you can go ahead and connect the battery. So for this situation, I will be grabbing the battery out from the housing and just connect it to the board right away. So if it's going like this, that means I'm going to be connecting it to the board like this. Once I clipped it on, I'm going to go ahead and just put it on the housing and close it down. Set it down gently. There's going to be a slot for the ribbon to go over here, so make sure not to damage the ribbon. And just close it nice. Go ahead and put it back your 4 screws. We can go ahead and grab our housing and start reconnecting everything back. So what I like to do is attach the big one first. So go ahead and lift up the black piece just a little bit, and we're gonna connect it just like this. After you've done that, go ahead and close it, and then open up the other one, the last one, and we're gonna go ahead and close it. But before we do that, make sure the ribbon is outside of the housing right here, and just close it down. After everything's set, go ahead and just put the ribbon back in there gently. Make sure it's straight too. And we're gonna go ahead and reconnect our screen. So line it up to this point and just find the sweet spot where it just fits in nicely. Make sure not to put any pressure if it's not going anywhere. Just be patient, move it around, and once you find that sweet connection spot, go ahead and press gently, or try lining it up by using your side view. Go ahead and test your watch, see if it's working. If we put everything back together, nope, perfect. It turns on, it displays, so that means everything's good. We can go ahead and proceed to the last parts. We're gonna go ahead and put the shield back on. Now it's ready to be glued, but before we glue it, we must clean all the excess glue that we have. So go ahead and just grab your plastic pry tool, and you're just gonna go around, just clean it. What is also nice is grab a Q-tip and soak it in alcohol, and you can go ahead and wipe it off just like that as well. But for this one, I'm just grabbing all that extra glue out. so that's something to stick. Also using the screen, and please be gentle, you don't want to ruin anything. Perfect. After you've done that, go ahead and grab your 704 glue, apply gently, and make sure there's no air bubbles or any kind of way the water can get out. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure you have a clip on standby as well. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab our 704 glue, and we're gonna start gluing the sides over here. Nice, gently make sure there's no air bubbles or any kind of missed spots. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Go ahead and just place it down the screen, make sure it fits good. Press it down gently. Go ahead and grab your clip, place it on top just like this, and give it 4 hours to cure, or possibly the full day. And that is how you complete a board replacement on a Versa 4. Thank you for watching.